That boy who used to spend days in the garage with only his imagination and a couple hand tools has gotten lost in the grind of the real world. I think it's time we find him. Therapy Thursday. Another day, another dollar. Actually, this project isn't even a dollar. Just 18 inches of a 2x4. Some glue, some staples, and you. You have the power. 2x4 instant, infinite decor. These are my favorite projects, the ones that can change in an instant, become more than what they are. Whatever you want them to be. For any wall, for any reason, a decoration for any season. And it's easy and it's under $1. I saw this photo hanging on a tack room wall. Just a simple rustic wood frame, a heart cut out, no stain, no paint, but it belonged right there on that wall and nowhere else. And you knew it. So I had to make it. The hardest part of this build is right here, right now, ripping other 2x4s. Those of you who've been around since the beginning of the channel, you know the drill. And if you're new, subscribe. Because you don't want to miss a thing and be left crying. Look, I love to rip me some slats from 2x4s, but I probably took it to the extreme this time. I ripped the 2x4 down to 1 1/4 inch thick, then flipped it and ripped 1/4 inch slats off. I took the other 2x4, stood it up, and ripped it 2 times into 3 pieces, 3/8 of an inch thick. Look, be safe here. I have this great dual feather board. It keeps the stock up tight against the wall. Position it just before the blade. Put the blade halfway up. If your blade is still underpowered, take the blade only 1/4 of the way up. Go slow. Let the blade do the work. Stand to the side of the blade just in case of kickback. It'll hurt and could drop you. Better to fall to the floor than on the blade. Let's not make this the reboot of those old driver's ed movies, Red Asphalt, Workshop Edition. At the miter saw, we cut the corners of the 1 1/4 inch slats. We now have frames. At the WEN, we hit them up with the 120 grit. We're not sanding smooth here, just getting rid of any splinters. After all, we're going for rustic, not mirror finish. Let's let that grain show. The saw marks too. No laughing. No laughing. I may have gotten carried away here. Not really. I just forgot to record some of the ripping of the 2x4s, so I had to do it twice, so we got a few extras. But there's really no such thing as extras. I'll use them. We have sets of frames and the boards behind them. Look, you can do this without as much ripping. You can buy a 1/4 inch stock, you can buy a 1/2 inch stock, or use fence pickets even. It just makes the piece a little thicker. Not an issue. I just like finding meat. Finding ways to use my scrap wood. And a no-budget build is 1,000,000 times more satisfying than even a low-budget build. All right, let's break it down to 2 kinds of builds. 1, where we glue the back slats together. I favor this for the painted versions and the Mod Podge. Yeah, that watered-down glue goodness, don't eat the paste. I even chamfered the edges here. Fancy word and a lie, it's clickbait. I didn't chamfer them. I just broke the edges down with sandpaper. It's rustic. And the second way, the more rustic way, no glue on the back. That little crack in between the slats. I like this for the straight up cut out silhouettes. Got it all good. There will be a test later. No parallel parking though. Cars can do that on their own now. Glue up. It's easy. Tight bond 3. Spread it out and put the frame down and staple it. Easiest way is staple down from the top, flip it over, then from the back for good measure. It's rustic, who cares? But if you do care and want a more finished look, carefully flip it over and staple from the back only. It's just a little harder to line up. I got some staining and painting to do now. You've seen me do this before. It's the same old song and dance, watered down black acrylic. This is my go-to aging stain. I can vary the depth of color, grays, blacks, and blotchiness. And it's cheap, like dollar store cheap, and it lasts forever. I have had this bottle since, I don't know, I've done sconces, tea light holders, black faux, fungi, rust holes. Oh my God, I use it all the time. But I've never used it just as a stain though. And look at this. I ain't touching it. I mean, seriously, look at the color on this one. And I get to say my favorite line of all time. You can't buy that patina. I mean, the knots, the discolored marks, it's just too perfect. It's like me, better with age. All right, leaving this one as it is, we'll cut something out of it shortly. Now let's take this other one and add some white latex. This is a mix of all the leftover cans I had. Ceiling, trim, country white, whatever I had kicking around, all mixed into one. I'm going sparsely here, not covering everything on the edges. The only area I'm getting coverage is the middle. When you Mod Podge and image transfer particularly, you need a white background to really show the colors. All right, pattern drawn. I hit up the first one with the WEN. I had to do a heart. It's what inspired me to figure out how to build this thing. I have no idea where I'm going to put a heart one, but I had to do it. I use the WEN scroll saw for all my pattern cutting at this point. It's a 1/4 inch thick wood. It goes like clockwork, smooth. Wait for the glue to dry before you do it though. Look, this is where the magic happens or where the fun begins. You can do anything, anything. I'll probably do horse silhouettes for my daughter's rooms or for the barn. Your kids still in diapers? What about those blocks we had ages ago? Little square ones with colored frames and numbers or letters in the middle. 1, 2, 3 in primaries or pastel ABCs for a nursery wall. I might have to see if my wife is up for more kids now. God, no, not at my age. Yeah, blocks for the walls and pixie sticks to get them all hopped up on sugar when they visit. Mountain Dew when they get a little older. All right, seriously, a gearhead in the family, old tractors or trucks, muscle car silhouettes, endless. I have like 8, 9, maybe 10 series I could think of doing right now. You are limited to only your imagination. Mod Podge. There are 2 types of people in this world, those who Mod Podge and those who don't. It's a simple fact. Look, this technique is tried and true. It is amazing for distressed items, but you never quite know how well it will turn out. Rub too hard, it breaks the ink. Too light, it's milky. It's an art, but it's a fun one to learn. It's simple. Get your artwork, print it in reverse. I don't care what anyone else says. Colors work. Inkjets work. Print in reverse, mirror image it, especially if you have text on it. Spread a layer of Mod Podge over the paper quickly as it is watered down glue. You want to get that paper down and set before it breaks the pigment. Use an old credit card. That's all you should be using them for anyway. You don't want that debt. I'm using one of those hole measuring thingies. Spread the edges out, smooth all the wrinkles, filling in the cracks, making sure the paper hugs the board. All right, now here is where it gets interesting. You have the 24-hour people, the commonly accepted practice. Wait 24 hours before doing anything. Then you have, well, me, impatient. I rinse my brush, wait 5 minutes, probably only 3. Check and see how dry it is. It dries fast. I don't want it too sloppy, as in not really sloppy at all. Then wet it until I see the ink coming through. Then start peeling. I start in a corner without ink. If you time it right, as in perfection, you can split the paper in half and peel the back layer completely off, exposing the ink beneath. A little more water, slight rubbing, and you work your way around until the photo comes clean. I tend to do it a little at a time, 1 layer at a time. Let it sit, let it dry for 4 or 5 minutes, go back to it, and do it again. I have had great luck with this method, and I didn't have to wait 24 hours. This is about 4 layers pulled off. I then took, once all of it was dry, less than an hour, I took sandpaper to the edges to break any excess paper down. And here we are. This is a fun, easy project. Well, once you get by all the ripping. Method number 1, just to cut out. Method number 2, staining, then cutting out. Method number 3, painting with a cutout. Method 4, painting and Mod Podge. Method number 5, painting with a stencil. What's your favorite method? Which will you build? I'm going Mod Podge for the win. I really love the distressed chipping paint look, and Buffalo Skull for a close second. As always, thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Even share the video if you know someone who likes making something from nothing. Until the next time.